and all these lives were killed or taken away, 5,000 lives in one shell.
Bahauddin Ghalaini headed Al Basma IVF Center, Gaza's biggest. He doesn't know if the Israeli strike in December targeted the lab specifically or not. But the impact of that single blast was far-reaching.
We know deeply this 5,000 lives or potential lives means for their parents, either for the future or for their past. It was for days, I would say, crying for this, what happened.
Those embryos, sperm specimens and unfertilized eggs were a last hope for hundreds of Palestinian couples facing infertility.
Whatever you imagine or I tell you about how hard the IVF journey is, only those who have been through it know what it's really like.
Seba Jafarawi had 3 years of painful fertility treatment, then became pregnant last September, right before the war broke out on October 7th.
I did not even have time to celebrate the news. You know, an IVF case is very sensitive, unlike natural pregnancies. You have to take care, not go out, eat healthy food, and move little.
Ghalaini closed his clinic, where an additional 5 of Jafarawi's embryos were stored. Jafarawi couldn't rest and keep her fragile pregnancy safe, with the elevator not working and a bomb levelling the building next door. She started bleeding. She and her husband moved south to Khan Yunis, then Egypt on November 12th. Her first ultrasound in Cairo showed she was pregnant with twins, and they were alive. But a few days later, she miscarried.
It was really the most difficult moment of my life. I entered the bathroom. I had twins. One of the babies was hanging out of me, and at that moment, I didn't realize what was happening. I was screaming and shouting, and I was exhausted. My mother wasn't with me, so the first thing that I said was that I wanted my mother. I was really tired. My situation was extremely difficult going through all this without my parents.
At least 9 clinics in Gaza performed IVF. Most frozen embryos in Gaza were stored at the Al Basma Center. Even before the strikes, Mohammed Adjour, Al Basma's chief embryologist, says he struggled to get supplies of nitrogen to top up the specimen tanks. Electricity was also cut off. But he says they can't give up on the couples who need them.
We should return, and we will return, and we will rebuild all these destroyed things. We will be a torch and beacon for the people who lost hope, so we restore the hope to them with God's strength.
باللي ربنا بيقدرنا عليه إن شاء الله.